do you have to say?
Hi guys, welcome to our cooking show, and we're making brownies today.
And what's the first thing we need to do before we cook?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
If we have
You have to wash your hands
and if we have
every
little girls
time.
out there cooking,
And brush
we also
your
want to
teeth.
do what?
Then floss
Put
your teeth.
your hair up.
Milk.
So you don't get hair in your food. Okay. So
Hair and food.
let's ask our friend to sing us a song about washing. Alexa, sing me a song for 20 seconds.
Okay, here we go. Wash your hands. Everybody. Everybody, wash your hands. So here's a song. Sing along. Tell germs no. Grab the soap. Make soap bubbles on the double.
20 seconds.
Give a new
Yes.
stare to all the germs. Make them squirm.
Hey,
Say
we're-
goodbye.
Mimi.
Don't be shy. Rub a dub. Give a good
We're
scrub. Soap
making
plenty.
brownies
Now you're at
today.
plenty.
All right.
Ow!
Gonna rinse them off.
Mimi, I love you.
I love you too. Okay, so the first thing that we need for our brownies is what? What's the first thing we need? What was this?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. And this recipe calls for 9 ounces of chocolate. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. You know the right button. When I was an adult and first started cooking and saw 9 ounces, I was perplexed. I had no idea how to measure ounces. So it's a good thing to teach your kids how to do this. Use this beautiful thing called, what did I tell you this was called? Scale.
Scale.
A scale. So it's good to learn how to use a scale. So we're going to put in the chocolate until we see that we have 9 ounces on the scale. So big handfuls. So if you do 1 piece at a time, we'll be here for an hour. Big handfuls. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, see? 0.7. You can also use chocolate chips. This recipe also calls for 1.5 cups of chocolate chips if you prefer to do it that way. But if you don't have a scale, you can do it that way. We have big chunks, though.
9.
No, it's 3.9.
3.9.
See the little dot in the middle? That's the point. Keep on going. That bowl is going to be very full. And what we're going to do, we're going to melt the chocolate chips in a double boiler.
7.
That was another thing as an adult. When I first saw double boiler, I freaked out. It's just a pot with another pot in it with some water in the bottom to melt the chocolate nice and evenly. So I'm going to turn the stove on. Medium.
60 so.
I'm going to heat the water up really hot first. So I'm going to turn it on high, then I'm going to turn it down to
9.
medium. Yes, it's 9.1. 9.1, you see that? Which is close enough. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to take our pot, the top of the double boiler. You want to put it in the, dump the, two hands, take the whole bowl and dump it on in.
Oh, 1.
Yeah. And we're not just going to melt the chocolate. We are going to add some coconut oil as well.
Coconut.
So I had the coconut oil over on the stove.
Coconuts.
And we're going to add 1/3 of a cup.
Bonk to the coconut.
We're going to add 1/3 a cup.
Brownies.
Are you going to help me?
Yeah.
Here we go. So coconut oil can be kind of hard. If you want to put it on the stove and warm it up a little bit, it'll make it easier. I did not do that. So it is a little hard, so I'm going to have to help. It makes it a little, you're going to need to hold the jar with your other hand. So turn it over, scrape it in, get another scoop. For the sake of time for this video, I'm probably going to fill up the rest of this. But I do encourage having patience when you're not doing a video and letting your kids take their time to get this done on their own, right?
I just want. Who wants to eat ice cream?
So the chocolate that we are using, is 85% dark chocolate because it's way healthier. This is not a kid-friendly chocolate. I gave Kate a bite of one once as a joke because I knew he wouldn't like it. And he started crying. So we are gonna add some things to make it a little tastier though. But because this is healthy cooking, we do want to use the healthiest. You want to scoop this into here? Here we go. Scrape them in. If your kids don't end up not liking this recipe, you might want to try like a sweeter chocolate, but darker chocolate. Tap it on there. Good. Tap, tap. A little bit harder. Good. Go ahead and toss that in the sink. Put this back on the double boiler now.
Double boil.
And while we move to the next step, we're going to
Next step.
stir it around.
More chocolate.
Kind of watch it.
La 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 la.
Make sure it melts all evenly. All right.
Now put the book.
The next thing we are using is,
Eggies.
for the sake of time, I've broken 5 of the eggs. We're going to use 6 eggs. So teach your kids how to open eggs. It may be a mess, especially if you have to. Scoop out the yolks, which we're going to do, and you crush the yolk. But it's something that's good to learn how to do from young. Yeah. Not on your shirt.
I do. I broke the egg.
Yep. So we got the egg in there. What we're going to do with this recipe, some kids will be into this, some will not, some will not. We have to take the yolks out of the eggs. The yolks are the yellow part. Are you ready to help me do that? Oh, you want me to show you what we're going to do?
What?
You might want to use a spoon if you don't want to stick your hands in there, but we cleaned our hands really well. So I scoop out the yolk and let the white slide between my fingers. Put it in there. One of our yolks got broken.
No.
That's okay. We're going to scoop it out the best as we can. We also got some shells in there. We can get those out. And Kate, are you willing to try this?
No.
Some kids will love this, some will not. I had a feeling Kate was going to be one of the ones that didn't want to try it. It's part of cooking. You want to give it a try? So when you kind of let the white slide out between your fingers, the yolks come out super clean.
Funny.
If you break one yolk in there,
It's
and it's in there, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, not a big deal.
It will be fine. We're going to combine everything in the end anyways. There's one more left. You sure you don't want to try?
No.
You want to touch it?
No.
Ah. You're going to take all those yellow yolks out and set them aside.
These are not yolks. They're eggies.
Since I got eggs all over my hand. Well, the yolk is a part of the egg. There's the
Wash
egg
your
white
hands. Everybody.
and the egg
Everybody.
yolk.
Wash your hands.
In the meantime, I'm going to check on that chocolate and see how it's doing. You can stay on the stool, buddy. I don't want you switching back and forth. The less we can go up and down on the stool, the safer it is up there. So. Oh, you're such a sweet big brother. So let's show everybody. Watch out! I'm gonna bring something hot. So look out. See, the chocolate and the coconut oil is melting up nicely together. Just gonna keep stirring it as we do the other steps until it's nice and smooth. All right, come on up on the stool and let's move to the next step, Kate. So now we're gonna add the sugar. Now. So we're gonna add Do you know what this says?
2.
1/2. That's 1/2. Half of a cup. We're going to add half of a cup of sweetener. You can use sugar or sugar substitute. I use sugar substitutes. I use the one with monkfruit, Lankanto. That's a good one. It's really well for baking. You want to scoop it out. And while we add this, so don't put it in the eggs quite yet. We're going to start whipping it up. You got to get that completely full. So if you have to use the spoon to get it completely full, then do that. We're going to take the mixer in the meantime and start to whip up these eggs. Get them nice and whipped up. While you're whipping that, we're going to make it go a little bit higher. Hold on tight. I'm going to slowly add the sugar and whip it in as the eggs get nice and frothy. Remember to stir the chocolate while you're doing this. Gradually so it doesn't settle in the bottom. We're going to put it on high. You ready? You want to switch it? Hold on tight. Ooh. The eggs are turning all white and fluffy now. Like whipped cream. Prepared. So, when I do this recipe for myself, I don't add the banana because I want low carb. But your kids won't like it, so that was Does it look all nice and fluffy now? See, it's all nice and fluffy like whipped cream. It's got lots of air. Anytime you cook with eggs, fluffing them up like that will really make the recipe nice and light. So let's peel the banana. We're going to blend up a banana and we're going to add it to make this a little more sweet. Like I said, when I make this just for myself, open the banana and put it in the blender.
I can't. I can't.
Yes, you can. Hold with one hand. Pull it back. Grab it nice and tight, pull it back, peel. But if you're making it for the kids, add the banana for a little extra sweet. Because, like I said, 85% dark chocolate, even with the sweetener we just added, is not very kid-friendly. In the blender. So we're going to add one banana. Alright. You want to put the lid on? Tom is being so nice and patient today. All right.
Ready.
Good. So I want you to stay over there. And I'm going to whip this up real quick. And we'll add it in a little bit. Okay. This is not part of the recipe. We're going to put a little bit of this in a bowl for Tom because we always share a little bit with our baby.
Yeah, because we have a baby.
We're going to set that banana aside. We're going to check on our chocolate, which should be nice and melted down now. Watch out, this part's hot. Let me show. See, it's all liquidy. I'm gonna make sure all of the chunks are melted down. And you're gonna get it away from the heat before we add these eggs. If it's too hot, if you add the eggs to the boiling chocolate, then you will end up cooking the eggs while it's in there. So you don't want that. While we let this cool for a minute, we're gonna whip up these eggs a little more. Sound good? Sound good?
Whip up the eggs.
All right, so 2 hands. We're gonna go on high. 2 hands, hold it tight. Nice and fluffy. Lift this on up out. We are gonna switch over to our chocolate bowl.
No. I don't want that. No.
But we're gonna add yummy stuff to it. He's still not happy about the time I gave him the chocolate. So we're gonna dump the eggs in, or the banana in. Okay, so you're gonna scrape this into the chocolate bowl. We have 2 bowls that we're gonna work on combining here. Put it in there. Dump. Dump. Alright, let's get that banana.
Until it's all mixy.
Good.
Until it's
And we're gonna add the eggs. You can even add 2 bananas if you want.
down.
You do it. Dump those eggies in. Then we're gonna whip those together a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't need to fluff this up. We just need to get them mixed. So take the mixer. And we're gonna go low on this one. We don't need to fluff this up like the other one. And we're getting nice and thick this one. Let's turn the pot, get all the sides. All right, let's turn it off. That's all we needed. We're done
They like
with our
brownies.
blender now. So we're
They
gonna
look
take this
like
out.
brownies.
Yeah. So it's gotten all nice and thick. Now, I know it looks tasty, but we're not going to lick this because it has raw eggs. You want to tap that one off?
Yeah.
And we're going to turn the oven on. This recipe goes pretty low.
There's some on my fingers.
It's okay. So we're going to turn the oven on to 275 degrees. All right, and what we're going to do, we're going to take a couple of scoops. Stop. You're fine. What's one of the best things about cooking? Making messes.
That's not
I want you to put a couple scoops in here of our fluffy eggs. All right? And put a couple scoops just to kind of start to get it mixed up. This mixture is super thick. Good. Get one more scoop in there. Sometimes it's a little hard for the kiddos to mix, so if we put some of the light stuff in here. All right, you're going to hold the pot. You're going to mix this up now.
One more then.
Okay. Good. Mix it now with the mixer. With that. Yeah, we're not using the mixer anymore. We're using our hands now. You got to get some muscle in there. You got it.
Hot. Hot.
I'll hold it. It's hot. Not that hot. Okay, now let's mix it all together. Scrape it all into here. And mix, mix, mix as you go. Scrape, mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix, mix. Is that working very well? What's something you could do? There you go. You've done enough cooking to know you got to hold on to that bowl. All right, good. Get some more in there. All right, mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix, mix. How's that working for you? Yeah, you gotta hold the bowl.
Can't see anymore.
Good. And go move slowly. Slowly. We don't want our bowl to be the wave pool. All right, good. I'm gonna scrape the rest of this out for you and you can keep mixing, okay? So this needs to be mixed really thoroughly before we can pour it into our little molds. So mix, mix, mix. So what we are going to be using to cook these is a mini cupcake or mini muffin mold. So we use the silicone. If you have not discovered silicone muffin pans, get one. They're the best thing in the world if you make muffins a lot, which we do. So we're gonna bring this on over here. And we gotta get this mixed up really nice and thoroughly. And Cade's gotten it about half mixed. You gotta give it some really aggressive stirring. You see how I'm stirring it and I'm getting it all mixed in? We gotta have that foamy part and the chocolate completely mixed together. So you wanna give it, hold. Yeah, you see how the chocolate had all gone to the bottom. Can you hold the bowl?
No.
You want me to hold the bowl? Kate doesn't like getting stuff on his hands. I don't know where this child came from because I love making messes. He doesn't want to hold the bowl because there's stuff on the bowl. So, whatever works. Whatever works for each kid. All right, I'll get these. You actually got it most of the way done here, buddy. Oh, it's almost done. I only need to give it a few more nice aggressive stirring.
Stir. It's on the top.
Ooh, does that look yummy?
Yeah, it looks.
Ooh, take a look at that. It looks like frosting. Nice creamy, delicious frosting. So now we're gonna get a little ladle. You can also use a cup measure. And we're going to fill each little muffin cup. Now, we only have one 24-cup tray. I'm just going to get a little in each cup. Because there's no yeast or anything in these, you can fill them to the top. You don't have to fill them like halfway or 3/4 of the way. They'll puff up really nice, then they'll settle down. See how I'm doing that, Kate? This is a super messy part. If you let your kids do this, it's going to get all over the place. Do we care? No, it's okay. They're going to do their best. And clean it up afterwards. Little scoop. Little scoop. There you go. That's more like it. Try to get it in the cup. If it gets all over the place, it's perfectly fine. We'll clean it up later. See? You're doing good. You'll never learn unless you try. So I'm going to let Cade continue to scoop these up. I preheated the oven to 275. We cook these very low. If you're using the big muffin cups, you'll need to cook them longer. We use the mini muffin cups. So we will cook them for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're soft in the middle. You can use a little toothpick and tip it in. So we'll finish up this recipe on our own, and you go try it on your own. And these are delicious. They're gonna melt in your mouth. Adults tend to like them better because of the dark chocolate. Like I said, you can make modifications to make it so that your kids like it. You ready to finish these up and pop them in the oven? All right, what do you have to say to everyone?
Goodbye, bye. We're gonna make these all ourselves.
And see, I'm just gonna show you what his muffins look like. They're all over the place. It's okay. This is how he's gonna learn how to do it. They'll be delicious.